Hey YouTube, what's up? Scarecrow Kaiser here. I am here today to do my Blue Storm deck profile for my Maelstrom deck. Now that we have set 13, so yeah, let's get started with this. Yeah, this deck got a pretty significant boost. It's quite a bit better than it used to be. I don't think it's as good as I think Thavas is the best one, and Blue Wave is probably second. But this deck is not bad. Like, I feel like it's a better deck than a lot of other decks that exist in the game right now. It's not as good as the other Aquaforce decks, but it's pretty decent. Like, if you're on a budget and this is all you can afford, I guess. Although there are still some expensive things in here. But you're on a budget, you could make this deck work pretty easily for not very much money. So, get started with the starter. I'm running Andre. As far as like the starter options go, there weren't there's quite a few. Aquaforce has been around for a while, and there's a lot of like decent options. But I chose Andre. Marios, I didn't find him to be very helpful. He's too restrictive early game to get him off. I mean, like, you can. I'm not saying you can't. I just didn't find him valuable enough because he's on hit and has to be like wave 3 and stuff. I just found Andre to be better, so. Triggers. 3 Sonic Sailor and the 4 Blue Wave crit. She is like really good. She'll win you games. Yeah. And then I'm playing 5 draws. I like draws in the deck. Once your opponent's at 5, only dealing 1 more damage matters. So you might as well have card advantage that you can keep throwing down and make out all those attacks. And the draw trigger effect is super helpful in Aquaforce, making your cards able to actually swing at the Vanguard. And then last, 4 heals. Oh, and on the draws, use these on your Vanguard, Maelstrom, to win games. I'll get to that later. Moving on to the ones. Paying for Nikki so we can stride more easily. I'm playing 4 Tempest Blader here. When you call her, you choose a Blue Wave and you give it +3. You can use her on rear guard to make your rear guard's attacks bigger and stuff. One thing I do with her a lot is I'll combo her and like draw triggers and stuff and buff my grade 4 Maelstrom attack, which is already hard to block because of his guard restrict, and just get in there, make the attack, get in there, make it harder for them to block it, and just end the game. And then my last grade 1, I'm playing 4 Play-Doh. This deck counterblasts a lot, so you want to unflip. And yeah, so you'll notice it's only 12 grade 1s, made room for more 2s in the deck because they're just more important. For the 2s, first playing 4 Rascal Sweeper. He swings for 11, then swaps out with someone behind him. So he's a good swinger. He swings all by himself and tags into another attack. And you can use him early game, which is really good. On top of that, playing 4 Tidal Assault. It's Aquaforce. You should be playing 4 of this card. It's just good. Then we've got our 4 Elder Moss. He's a 10k, unless you don't have a Maelstrom for some reason. And then you can also put a Maelstrom from the soul into from the drop zone into the soul. Then he gets to attack from the back and gets +4. He's a very, very cool card. And then I'm playing 1 12k attacker. Just because 12k is a great number, it's helpful early game stuff. I would play more than 1 if I had more room in my grade 2 lineup, but I'm already playing like 13 of them, so. And then for my grade 3s, playing 4 Maelstrom Break Ride because it's the best of those that it can search early game for another grade 3. And then 4 of the On-Stride Lord E Maelstrom. This card is like really good. When you stride, call someone, give it the ability to attack, to restand, and you put Maelstroms into your soul, or anything into your soul actually. And then his end phase skill is super cool too, because first thing that happens at end phase is you unstride, then you can use this, kill things, and draw a card. Drawing a card being the big one. It's a very good card. Alright, so onto the G Zone. So playing 2 Disaster Maelstrom. This card is pretty decent. You can use it as your first stride to go get stride fodder for next turn, and then he can, if you have a Maelstrom in your soul, which you usually will, because you'll pitch one for stride cost, move it to soul, effects active, and then he'll give the front row +5. The +5 is like super good. Yeah. Then we're playing 4 of the other grade 4 Maelstrom. So you can flip a Maelstrom and flip a card. You can flip a Maelstrom, and then he will get a crit and +5. And there's other skill for how many Maelstroms are in your soul. Your opponent can't guard with cards whose grade is equal to that or lower. So they won't be able to guard him with 0s. If you have 1 soul, they can't like perfect guard him. It's a very scary attack. And you can make it scarier using your draw triggers and your Tempest Bladers to buff them up even bigger. And then just swing in, unblockable attack, win the game. On top of that, you can also, yeah, like, you could combo him with this, but it won't really matter because he's going to be blocking 0s anyway. Alright. But yeah, very good card. The card you will actually stride the most in this deck, probably. Next, your other win condition, Alexandros. Only 2 in this deck versus playing 3 like most other decks. You just needed room to play like your Maelstrom lineup, so, and 2 works fine. Usually you won't need the 3rd. 1 Wailing Thavis just to board wipe and be a big ass attack that's hard to block. 2 Commander Thavis to help against like Link Joker and stuff like that. Megiddo, because he's Megiddo, he's freakishly strong. He's a comeback card. He's like really good. And then for the G guards, only playing 4. I'd like to play 5, but I just can't find the room. 2 of our Unlock Unflipper, 1 Ice Barrier, and 1 Super G guard. It doesn't bother you as much that you're only playing 4 because this one flips itself face down, but I find I usually like to play 5 when I can, but it's whatever. But yeah, that is the deck profile. It's, as I said, it's not like Thavis good, but it's still a pretty good deck. If you're on a budget and you want to play Aquaforce, you can probably still build Blue Wave pretty cheap, but like you could also build this one if you wanted to. It's pretty decent. Yeah, thank you for watching.